Namaste, friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Tarot, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, a special thank you. And if you have subscribed to my channel, I am indeed very grateful. I do my best here to bring these messages in order to help you on this journey if you are a twin flame. Not everybody on this channel is a twin flame, but primarily if you're here, you're experiencing some of the energies and you're trying to find answers. And one of the answers that you're looking for is, why do I feel this constant longing? Because that other 3D person at the soul level is at the exact same frequency of you, because you're the same soul incarnated into two different bodies. So they just fit your energy, and there's nothing else like that in the universe. And you constantly want that feeling of fitting at that deep soul level. So the other thing that you're probably asking yourself is, Elle, will I ever get to a point where I can feel like I can detach? Because otherwise you feel an intense energy of trying to chase that feeling, that other person, because it's not complete you, because you are complete, but they are so in sync with your soul energy that it keeps you wanting more. As you grow and evolve in the journey, yes, you get to a point where you can detach. Detachment is the name of this game. If you are attached to that other person, that physical person, you are constantly in a state of spiritual agitation. Once you get to a point where you understand the journey and you've healed and you've grown, you will get to a point where you realize, if it doesn't happen in this lifetime, it's okay, because I'm going to make it about me. And you're going to use that energy to really propel you into either your mission or into doing something that you really enjoy, which is probably your mission. So if you feel like there's this gift that you have that you just feel compelled to explore or to grow, then that's part of your mission. So that's where the focus is. All right, that's enough of my little twin flame explanation, but I kind of felt that during the meditation that there were just questions. People that are new to the journey, or you remember what it's like kind of in that suffering energy. You can get through that into something more positive and productive for yourself, but it does take work. Okay, this is the Rumi deck. We always start our Twin Flame Tuesdays with Rumi, who, I mean, you just have to admit was a true flame, twin flame, true flame. The human gift. It's a 17 card, which is an 8, and I turned right to it. That's always good. What is your excuse for all these blunders? Such loyalty is offered by the beloved, yet so much treason comes from you. Such kindness is offered by the beloved, yet so much defiance and resistance comes from you. Such grace is offered by the beloved, yet so much fault and failure comes from you. Does this sound familiar? Such attraction is offered by the beloved with sweetness and generosity, yet such jealousy comes from you, and so much doubt and suspicion. You are, or will soon be, seeing a greater clarity and insight, a situation that has been obscured by you in the past. To you in the past. You may be startled by what you perceive, so much so that you second guess yourself or chalk it up to wild imagination on your part. You are asked to trust in your perceptions, that when they come from the heart, although what you perceive may be darkness, there will be no judgment in it. See what is truthfully there. Be the compassionate nature of your heart, and you should also be shown the most graceful way to become clear and free of darkness, which is really interesting, because at the bottom of this deck that kept coming up was the card delusion. Now, that is a really important point of this journey. You cannot over romanticize or be delusional about the energy of that other person. If they are your twin flame, it is at the soul level. That does not always translate seamlessly into the physical 3D. So what you feel at the soul level may not be what you experience, and most often is not what you experience in a 3D relationship, because your other person, your counterpart, is probably has some wounding, has some issues that are unresolved, has some karmic lessons that they still need to learn, just as you do. So please don't focus on this spiritual knowing and this feeling that you have. Don't try to overlay that on the 3D person or the 3D relationship. It doesn't translate well. They don't go together seamlessly. They are the same thing, but at different depths. Okay? So now let's get down to twin flame energies. So don't be delusional. Do not delude yourself. Ask yourself truthfully, without the romantic aspect. If your twin flame, your divine counterpart, was to knock on your door today and say, give up everything. Give up your relationships, your family, your life, your business, your job, your home, your everything, and run away with me. Would it be worth it? I can tell you my answer is no, because I have built the life that I love, and this is where I feel nurtured. I'm not giving it all up. I mean, that's just me. You may feel differently. You may be in a different situation, but the 3D person that my twin is not ready. He's just not ready. His energy still needs a lot of growing. And I don't want to be in the position to have to mentor him through that. I've learned those lessons. I'll be happy to give my best advice, but I want to focus on continuing on my journey because it feels so damn good. So that's that. Let's pull a card for the masculine energy transformation. Battle of the head versus heart. We saw this in the Divine Masculine reading yesterday. You may want to check that out. For the Divine Feminine, compassion. Higher heart opening. And for the connection. Ooh, masculine twin. Releasing lower self. Okay, so this is what I was just talking about. All right, so I think I'm going to switch these cards. I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put this here. This is a 5-5 card. 5s to me are changes. So this is the Divine Masculine energy releasing his lower self, his lower vibrational self, because he is evolving. He is learning karmic lessons. He is healing. He is transforming. But when you've transformed, it has been the catalyst for the connection to transform. Whatever you do for you affects the connection. So if you're moving forward and you're making a beautiful life for yourself and you're growing and you're healing and you're in mission and you're feeling great satisfaction about your life, that affects the connection in a positive way. Battle of the head versus heart. Now this is also, the Divine Feminine, part of her is like logically, I just don't think this is going to work in the 3D, and it may not. This is a spiritual connection. It doesn't always end up being in a physical relationship, particularly in a traditional relationship. This is kind of like an open-ended love affair where you just want the other person to be happy, because that's what unconditional love is. You may not be happy in a physical relationship with them or in that traditional, marriage and, home and family. For some twins, that is what's meant for you. That's what you decided before you incarnated. But for other twins, that's not even feasible. So you love gently and compassionately and with an open-ended, go do your life, be happy. That's what I want for you. I'm here if you need something. Whereas they say the same thing about me. Go live your life. I want you to be happy. I'm here if you need something. That's perfectly okay with me. I need nothing more than that. Okay? So let's pull from the power of love. I see virtue. And then we'll pull some tarot for you. Cooperation. And spontaneity. I'm getting the energy that there's just going to be some sort of run-in. If you live close to your twin like I do, you're going to have a happenstance, serendipitous run-in, like at the grocery store, at the gas station, or, wherever. And this is Gemini season with that new moon in Gemini. It's about communication. Gemini is twin energy, so there could be some communication where you just sit down and you maybe have a conversation that clears up a lot of the ambiguity, because what really gets you in this journey is the ambiguity of the not knowing what's going on with your twin, because at the soul level you feel one way, but you see evidence in the 3D of something else. And so it's constantly this trying to figure out, trying to sort out what are they going through, because at the soul level you know the truth. At the 3D level, they're still learning. Look, transformation again. So this is the confirmation of transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. That's what that says. See? There is a transformation coming. Now, let me just say, I don't mean to project my twin journey on you. You know what your twin journey is about, and whether or not it's a practical, feasible relationship. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can always allow joy into your life, regardless of circumstances you currently find yourself in. This is about being joyful in the journey. Okay, let's pull some tarot. We'll find out what's going on in Divine Masculine energy. Although I did that whole reading, this Nine of Pentacles keeps showing up. I've seen that multiple times today. I just saw the Eight of Pentacles. There is something about somebody working hard to be able to be self-reliant and independent. But I also feel like the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups is the energy that the Divine Feminine is in. There's some sort of disruption, maybe some pain going on, maybe past pain, current pain. Let's find out. Just pull 3 cards, please. What's going on? Ooh. Six of Wands. We saw that card yesterday. And, okay, well, we got more than 3. Look, there's the Death card again, and the Seven of Swords. So we have 3 of Swords and 7 of Swords on the flanking of the 6 of Wands and the Death. I'm just getting a clear message. I mean, death is rebirth and transformation. I'm hearing the song Stealing Away. Stealing Away from Me. Who sings that? Is it Steely Dan? Or Christopher Cross? I don't know. With the 3 of Swords and the 7 of Swords, that's like 10 of Swords energy. But there is one person that is just like kind of trying to sneak away with something. But on the outside of it, you see nothing but their ego. This is all about, you know, things are not what they appear. They're kind of hiding the ending here. It's like they're not telling anybody. They're trying to be deceptive. Yeah, here's the Page of Cups. They're trying to be deceptive about something. It's almost like they know it's over, but they're not telling anybody. It's like, so on the face of it, they're like, oh, no, everything's just fine. You know, we're good. We're good. Me and my karmic, we got it. But then, underneath, it's almost like they're hiding it. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. It's like they don't want you to know. Why don't they want you to know? Why don't they want you to know? The Tower. The Lovers. Yeah. We got the Death and the Tower. 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. That's not good energy. So what they're telling you, when you have this little chance encounter, they're going to say, oh no, it's all good. All good. We're good. We're solid. Me and the, whatever their commitment is, whatever, and this is, I'm getting the energy, they're in some sort of long-term relationship with somebody. Whatever commitment they're in, they're like, oh no, it's good. We're getting along great. But underneath, they're like, they don't want you to know. Yeah, see? 9 of Wands. They don't want you to know because it makes them vulnerable. And 2 reasons. A, they don't want you to kick up with the chasing energy again because that puts so much pressure on them. But number 2, you're doing so damn well. They don't want to admit that they're not. Does that make sense? Anything else on this divine masculine energy? It's very deceptive. It's almost like he's sleeping on a friend's couch, but he doesn't want you to know that. It's almost like, yeah, I see 8 of Swords. He doesn't want you to know things aren't going well for him. Because for some reason you were right about it. You were like, you know what? That's not your truth. That's not your truth. You know that's not your truth. But they were like, we're going to work it out. You know, yeah, right. Okay. It was good for you to try. It was good for them to try. But what they don't want is for you to be right. Yeah. 4 Swords in the reverse. We saw that yesterday. We've got this 4 of Cups here. What they're telling you and what's really going on are 2 totally different things. There's 2 different versions to this story that's happening right now, and they don't want you to know the truth. They're hiding the truth from you because they're releasing that lower vibration, but they are not willing to admit it to you because they don't want you to say, yeah, I told you. All right, let's find out what Divine Feminine, what the Divine Feminine should know or should do in this energy. Divine Feminine knows that they're not being, what they tell you and what you intuitively know don't align. Does that make sense? What's Divine Feminine need to know? There is a transformation at hand, but man, they're going to have to put down the storyline that's not true. They have a narrative going on, but it's to protect them. To be honest, we have the Ace of Inspiration, the Queen of Inspiration. What I'm hearing is remember, I think they were making some sort of plan to be able to get out of that situation, but they don't want anybody to know because they don't want the karmic to have a heads up. We have the Page of Inspiration and the Knight of Emotions. Yeah. The Star, we saw that too in Sunday's reading for the Divine Feminine energy about, and there's the Lovers. We got the Lovers twice. Ten of Materials on the bottom. This is you. This is your abundance. Yeah, because when they compare themselves to you, they're like, you know, they don't want you to know that things aren't going so well for them because they're watching you. They're watching what you're doing. And they're like, man, everything's going so well for them. I don't want them to. You know how that is? Instead of just being honest, look at all these cards. They have the same color. Very sunny, uplifted energy. We've got the Ace of Inspiration, the Queen of Inspiration. Yeah. Divine Feminine is making this wonderful progress in her life. She is really maximizing her opportunities with this energy. The energy from this connection, she's been using over the past 2 years. Go back and look at some of my other videos. They're all timeless. Over the past couple of years, she's been using the twin flame energy to fuel her success. See how this has the same coloring as this? Because she's gone through the transformation process. She's elevated. She's ascending. And she still feels the connection, but she's kind of okay with the separation part. It's almost like, I'm good. But they know that. So they're hiding the truth from you, Divine Feminine, because they don't want you to know that they're going through this absolute major shit show. This is a shit show. I mean, if no reader has ever told you the Tower with the Death card is a shit show, they don't want you to know that their life is unraveling because yours looks so damn good. Like social media, if they're on your social media, they're watching you, they're not liking anything. They're watching you. And they're like, you know what? How come she's doing so good when I'm feeling like I'm going through a shit show? Why do I feel like, well, that's because they have to release that lower self. And in order to do that, they have to release the ballast, which is whatever is creating this shit show. Okay. What else do we need to pull from? Divine Abundance. There's that delusional energy. There is definitely a delusion here. And Divine Feminine is out of the delusional energy of thinking that this connection is everything she needs to be happy. And she's like, he's like, why? Why is she doing so good when I'm feeling like I've got to release all of this shit and I'm in the shit show? That's not fair. That's what they're saying. That's not fair. Divine Feminine's doing so well. She's doing great without me. How is that fair? Remember being there when they were doing so good and your life was going through the transformation and the shit show and you're like, why is it so fair? He's so happy. The roles have reversed. Grief. There's some definite grief and delusion on their side. Is that Three of Swords? I mean, come on. You can't get any more clear than this. All right. What else? Detachment. Yep. That's the energy of the Divine Feminine. Look at the colors here. I mean, look at the colors. Everything is aligned. She is detached. You finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Not making this shit up. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. So when you have this little chance encounter with your counterpart, if you do, so this is going to be for twins who live either close together, or there's just some sort of, like, you're going to the same friggin' conference somewhere, or you end up at the same resort. It happens. If you run into them, they're going to say, oh, it's all good. I'm so happy. Which is the biggest bunch of bullshit, because they're not. They're not happy. There's nothing happy here. There's the ego of what they're going to tell you. It's all a facade, because they're in the shit show. And they're going to try and come off as, oh, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. However, you know better. But inside, they're watching your social media, or they're watching you, or if you're a figure in the community, they're looking at what's going on in your life, and they're feeling, oh, how is that so unfair to me? Why can that happen for her? Or, remember, it's energy. Why are things going so well for the Divine Feminine when I'm in the midst of the shit show? We have been there and done that. So, no gloating. But just remember, look at all these cards. Look at all of this. I mean, look at this. This is just alignment. This is the transformation. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful, because you've done the work. Yep. All right, friends. That is our twin flame message for today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back here on Friday for Divine Feminine Friday, unless I get called to pull a reading in between. If you need a personal reading, please connect with me at the email in the description box. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. I love to read your comments. And I will see you in the next video. Much love.